Okay, well, I would like to talk about British police corruption. You're probably thinking, well, yes, they are, or you're not. But, okay. Well, as I said, I'm home now, and basically, for a long time, what happened was this. I was actually trying to report 2 crimes and almost got arrested because they couldn't arrest me. They had to send me somewhere else. So basically what happened was this. About a month ago, I saw people that were linked to the kidnapping when they kidnapped me, because I managed to find that they are linked to the Pakistani embassy in Brazil in Sao Paulo. Okay, so basically, what you've got is the Pakistani embassy bring people in to kidnap me. Yes, it seems unlikely, but as I explained in the video before this one, which will come further down the list, remember in reverse order. It was basically done because this country, when I went to Brazil, wanted me to stay. They wanted to punish me. They wanted me to be kidnapped and tortured, and God alone knows what else. Because I do believe there's slavery in Brazil, although I believe there's probably most places. And they're using diplomatic immunity to smuggle people in and out of the country. But anyway, the first thing I saw was a possible abusive situation. So I reported that where I live in Concert. Okay. Yes, I'm mentioning the name of it because anybody that wants to do anything already knows where I live. And so that was it there. And of course, I do believe the local police probably try to do something about that and check it out as much as they can without the great resources that the bigger police forces have. And then I thought, what the hell am I doing? I saw people that were linked to my being kidnapped in Newcastle. So like I said, that means anybody who's a migrant who's came to Newcastle, be careful, okay? And these would be Pakistani citizens, but they had a local accent. They're very good at putting on local accents, these people, because I believe they probably live between many different countries, exceptionally good at languages, and can take local accents, can convince people they are local anywhere in the world, and that's basically what you're talking about. But realising these people were linked with kidnappings, I thought these people could basically be people smuggling people out. And I saw this potential rape situation, or what was a rape situation, or abusive situation anyway, as one where somebody could be put out. In one place I've got this potentially terrible abusive situation. Further along somewhere else I've got people that are kidnapping people, and probably slave trading as well. And yes, I do mean slave trading. So of course I had to contact them. By this point I was actually decided to go to the airport, because on their website they've got want to stop slavery and people smuggling. I thought, champion, they'll do the job. No, they didn't. So what happened was they stole my underwear. Yes, the police stole my underwear, and they stole my phone, put me in a cage. Yes, they put me in a fucking cage is what they did, because I told them that basically that this could cause a major problem. Yeah, I'm trying to sign this thing. My eyes, what am I doing? Okay, a major problem for people, and you'll actually have people being smuggled out of the country. See, I'm less worried than they are about people being smuggled into the country, because you can just send them somewhere else. But I'm worried about people being abducted and sent out of the country and made slaves in Pakistan. That worries me a hell of a lot more. And because basically they weren't able to deal with that mentally, the way the world works, what they did instead is they basically put me in a cage. And then, of course, if I had done anything wrong, they managed to send me somewhere else. And that was it, and I got out. Okay? I mean, the thing is now, is basically I'm sort of restrained in this country now, because they put me on something to calm me down. And I don't feel any different. The reason I don't feel any different was because basically I live in a place where there's a chemical plant. So it's basically the pissing up against a wall. I was weaned on chemicals meant probably for weapons of mass destruction since I was a child. Okay? So they're wasting their fucking time. But it doesn't matter, because that isn't the way it works. What they're going to do, they're going to keep putting this toxic shit in, I would imagine, and forcing me to do it through injection. Yes, that's right. To restrict me in the country, which means, yes, it means all these people who are fleeing this country, or migrants, should realise there are people trying to flee out of the country for the same reason I'm not being allowed. And they're not being allowed probably by the same governments that they're fleeing from, which means where the hell anybody goes now is a bloody good question. Because you'll have to realise the country you're going to will be no better than the one you went from, but it may be better for you. So that's it. So there isn't any safe countries anymore to go to. But it does mean, though, that all this bullshit on Newcastle, the Newcastle airport website about, well, we're trying to stop people smuggling slavery. No, you're fucking not. No. because you've got two airport policemen there, one a policeman, one a policewoman, which are basically weak. They cannot cope with the fucking fact that these things actually happen. So what they do instead is they worry people about They like the suitcase with wheels on because they're getting bribes back from the fucking baggage handlers. They must be getting money back because they're fucking obsessed with it and nothing else. Because all they want is to get their money so they can go home and get fucking drunk or whatever it is. Also, the man there is scared of all the women. Yes, that's right. And of course, he has this bloody stupid badge with him in the soldier in Afghanistan. Look, they only do tours of duty. They're not in there for years. They do a month and then they do 2 years outside. That's all it is. And in reality, South Pole, where I went to, has a much higher chance of getting killed. So basically speaking, he's in a fucking holiday destination, is where he was. He's in a holiday destination, and now we've got a situation where the guy has no more chance of doing any good because he's now a corrupt Newcastle policeman like all the rest of them. Just as corrupt as everyone else is, and basically cocking things up. So now we've got people being smuggled out of the country, people made into slaves, and because the guy and people like him are basically complete idiots, anyone who puts out a thing and says they've got diplomatic immunity, he'd probably help them load the fuckers onto his ship or onto his aeroplane, which means, likely as not, you've had and will still have people being made into slaves in Newcastle and other areas and moved out of the country. So yes, why is there less homeless people? Because they might be the ones that we're getting rid of, but they may not be. It's perfectly possible getting some of the models and things like this, or maybe some of these like porn people and getting them. It's perfectly likely. So that's actually what's going on now at the moment. And of course, they won't tell you. God, it's strange with this thing shining in my eyes. It's okay. I'll put it like that. It's strange now because there's no one acting on it. No one's going to do a bloody thing. You just have to watch out for yourself. You want to watch out that they don't get you. Okay. I'm going to end this now. I'm going to start on something else about it.